Chapter 46, Alexa Brenner. The movement comes to a stop. My brain wakes me from this initial change in my surroundings. Everything is slow and foggy as the sleep slowly drains away. Sleeping sitting up was not the best idea. As I get out of the truck, I can feel the toll on my body. My muscles and joints are stiff. Raylene doesn't seem to be affected by her nap against my side. James opens the back of the truck. Dwarves climb out and gather to unload the crates. Raylene and I get out of the way and follow James up the long stairs and through 2 sets of doors into the theater portion of the mall. There's not a sound to be heard. The only light comes from the little glow of the natural light behind us. "Hello?" Daniel calls out loudly. "Shut up!" Leah's words sound harsher than they should. "Why?" Daniel says a bit quieter. "We came here because we have allies here. It's not like they're going to kill us." "They might not be here. Who knows who's actually here? Unless you've spoken with the people here while you were off hooking up in the mountains." Leah makes an unfair pass at the previous night. "She's right, no. You're just lucky you came through these doors." Kelly stands at the end of the hallway, her voice slightly echoing from her silhouette. "What happened out there? You're working with the dwarves now? At least you had the good sense to add another vampire." "Be nice, Kelly." Miles tries to stop Kelly. She looks at him and turns serious. "No, seriously, what happened out there? You were supposed to be here days ago. And where are the others?" "We were taken to a school by military and tossed into a dictatorship led by a military leader bent on killing every being that's not pure human. Some of us were able to escape and went back to James's house where we found the bodies of everyone left in the basement. Then we were almost blown up with the house. We transported to the mountains with the portal closing behind us as the nymph was killed and went to see the dwarves. They agreed to help us because they had been attacked too. We needed vehicles to get back, so we went to a town that seemed to work fine with everyone just living together until someone decided to kill Amy. We got a bunch of supplies and came here." Miles sums up the last few days. "Okay, let's go let the others know that you're alive." Kelly leads us out of the theater and down to the main floor. People are walking around on this side, bags in hand. Some are wearing clothes with tags still on them. Some others are gathered in different stores. They look like they have stake claims in stores as their own living quarters. Kelly tells the dwarves to put the crates down in the stage area. We go past everyone to the bookstore. Candles are burning to help light the far back. A few people are gathered here. They pull some chairs from other areas, but this children's section has more than enough sitting space for everyone. Luke or I found wandering around. "Nikki, I'd like you to meet James." Kelly introduces the most important of us. An Indigenous woman stands up from the table she's sitting at. She comes over to shake James's hand. "Nice to finally meet you." "It's a pleasure, and thank you for the hospitality and for agreeing to help us. This is King Zircon." James states his pleasantries and introduces the dwarf king. They shake hands. "It's no problem. I know we can't continue living like this. We might as well strike them down before they can make another move. Make yourselves comfortable. Do you need anything? Water or food?" Nikki asks. "No, thank you. We ate on our way here. We brought some supplies with us. Water, dried fruit, and jerky are among these. We have some weapons as well," James explains. "So what's the plan exactly?" Nikki asks us. "So far, retaliate in a couple of weeks," James tells her. I expect him to say more, but he doesn't. I wonder if he doesn't have more than that, or if he's holding back information. I would expect the latter, knowing James. There's an awkward silence before she figures this out as well. "Great, but I think we're going to need a few more details worked out." Yes, we will work that all out later. First, I'd like to get a better sense of everything," James asks. 2 men get up from the couch and walk over to Nikki. "How about I give you a quick tour?" I follow her as they walk to the store entrance. Our whole group follows except for King Zircon. He says something in the murmur of going to see his clan. Kelly tags along too. She makes a point of walking opposite to the side Miles is walking on. I don't watch her further, but can swear I can feel her glaring at me. Why is she so mad at us? You'd think she'd want to stick by her boyfriend. Nikki takes us all around. Everything is more or less centralized to this one area of the mall. It has the most natural light, so candles or flashlights aren't needed in the main area during the day. Candles and flashlights light up the darkest areas. Food and washrooms are found in the food court. Living quarters is wherever you want. Most have just picked the bookstore or the theater. Ashlyn left a couple of days ago for some business and was going to drop by the house to check on us. There are places you can find entertainment here. If you don't mind playing by candlelight, you can go to the mini golf course. There are a few games in the arcade that work without power. You don't get any of the electronics, but you can keep score yourself. Don't go into any of the water that's sitting. The water's too toxic now. Don't go past Bourbon Street. There's another group on that side of the mall that don't take kindly to strangers. Some of us are still healing from the last fight we had with them, Nikki explains. The last point concerns me. Did we walk into another dangerous living situation? People can be volatile no matter what they are. The tour only takes 5 minutes, but we see each section in this part of the mall and get a bit of information on how things work around here. Nikki and her bodyguards go back to the bookstore. Most of us need to go to the washrooms, so we go to the back of the food court. I go quickly, but Raylene takes her time. It smells in here, she complains. I know, the faster you finish, the faster we can get out of here, I tell her. To my surprise, she doesn't complain more. I'd usually expect her to complain about it longer than it would take for her to just pee and go. We wash with hand sanitizer, then return with people trickling back. I try to focus on my surroundings rather than the awkward silence until Leah breaks it. So what can you tell us about this place? About Nikki? Kelly thinks for a couple of seconds. She looks around to see who can hear her. There are a few other people in here. Nikki seems competent enough. I don't know if she'll be any good at strategy when it really counts or if she just got lucky. She took some sort of martial arts when she was younger, so she sort of knows something about fighting. Overall, people seem to listen to her, and that's what counts. It helps that quite a few people knew her from before, and I think she was a cheerleader or something. She just seems like the type, if you know what I mean. As for this place, they haven't suffered too much. I don't know what they'd actually do when faced with a battle. We should take over the other people. They're being dumb, and they've got most of the food supplies over there. The dwarves come into the food court with some crates, the ones that probably contain the food. King Zircon comes over when he sees James standing with us. The Cyclops says he wants to see anyone who doesn't have a weapon to their name. He's up in the theater lounge. Leah, do you want to go to the theater? And Gia will make you a weapon? James asks Leah. I guess she would be one of us that didn't get a weapon at James's house. Sure thing. Leah runs away. Where's the crate with our weapons in it? Daniel asks. Theater. We left them with Geo. King Zircon tells him. I had forgotten about my sword and dagger. I'm scared of what Geo might do if he finds out I had forgotten them again. People walk off in different directions. I don't know who I should follow or what I'm supposed to be doing. Raylene starts to drag Daniel off somewhere. I decide to catch up with them. We're going to play mini golf, Raylene says joyfully. She grabs for my hand to hold, and I let her. That sounds like a better idea. We go out the other side of the food court to the little We go to the other side of the food court to the little hut for the golf course workers. Daniel lets go of Raylene's hand and jumps the counter. He puts 3 putters on the counter and shoves some golf balls in his pockets. He jumps the counter back to our side. I look at the gate and discover an easy latch. We could have easily gotten an out without having to jump anything. While Daniel grabs the 3 golf balls out of his pocket, I hand out the putters. I look out to the mini golf course while we enter the gate. A few others are playing. Candles are lit along the whole course, just barely enough to light the way. The hole is not visible from where you start, but you just aim towards the other side of the area and hope you get somewhere near it. We let Raylene go first, second, and third, though her first 2 shots bounced off something and came right back to her. The 3rd shot finally makes it to the other side. I go next. Learning from Raylene's mistakes, I shoot where she had last gone and make it. I don't wait for Daniel to putt before I make my way along the candles to find the 2 balls. Raylene's ball made it closer to the hole than mine did. Daniel's ball goes past me and bounces off the side. Raylene and I get the ball into the hole on the next turn, but Daniel putts too strong and bounces over. Takes him a couple more tries before the ball finally goes in. We move on to the second hole in silence. There's something about the darkness that seems to hush everyone. I cannot hear a word coming from anyone on the course. Raylene quickly gets tired of the game. Daniel and I finish each hole with ease, but Raylene keeps missing the hole. Her anger rising, she keeps missing the hole because she putts too hard. Raylene, you're swinging too hard. Daniel tries to help her out. Daniel's words are the last straw for the little girl. The golf club is thrown to the ground. It bounces and nearly hits Daniel. Raylene crosses her arms and glares at Daniel. I don't want to play anymore. This is stupid. That's no way to act, and don't say the word stupid. It's a bad word, he scolds her. You're stupid. She glares at him. Shocked at what she just said, I'm speechless and frozen. Daniel booms his voice. You do not call people stupid. Apologize now. No, Raylene screams at him. She stands her ground. Daniel grabs Raylene by her arm. You're going in a timeout. No, Alexa, help me. Raylene starts crying and screaming in terror. She reaches out to me while struggling to get away from Daniel. He yanks her up and carries her out of the course. She is a mess of kicking, screaming, and hitting. I stand frozen. Never have I seen her throw something in anger. Never has she thrown a temper tantrum like she is now. When I get over the initial shock, I run after them. Daniel takes her to the food court and sets her roughly on a chair. That's enough. Stop right now and stay here. You're on a timeout. His voice booms. The moment he lets go, she's out of the chair. He is ready for it and grabs her. He pushes her back on the chair. Raylene wails. People are coming running from all directions. I don't know what to do. I freeze, not understanding why either of them are acting like this. Nikki pushes past me and punches Daniel. Taken by surprise, he falls to the ground. Nikki grabs Raylene and holds her in her arms. Shh, now, it's going to be okay. I've got you. Her voice changes from soft, comforting, and motherly to furious. What do you think you're doing? I was punishing her, putting her in a timeout. What do you think I was doing? Daniel looks like he's about to start a fist fight with Nikki. What did she do that was so bad? You were hurting her and she's terrified. Nikki stands up with Raylene in her arms. She turns her body as a sort of shield for the little girl. She threw a tantrum and swore at me. Suddenly Daniel sounds like a child himself. That's all? What are you, 5 years old? That doesn't give you any right to do this. She's a child. You could have easily broken something if you didn't already. God, it sounded like you were murdering her. You went too far. Nikki turns around to walk away, but not before looking at me with her eyebrows raised. Daniel gets up from the ground. The people that have gathered stare him down, daring him to do the wrong thing that would allow them to beat him. He looks at me to do something. He must realize that I'm not going to, because he quickly looks devastated. I can't look at him any longer. Feeling like I'm the traitor in this whole situation hurts me, but by everyone's reactions, I think it's best to go to Raylene. I follow the sobs back to the bookstore. When I arrive, Nikki has Raylene in her arms. She sits on Nikki's lap with her head buried into her shoulder. I sit down beside them on the couch. You need to control him, or next time something really bad could happen. I feel like I should say something to her, anything, but I still can't talk. Nikki continues. She's a kid. She's going to be throwing temper tantrums every once in a while. I'd be frustrated too. When was the last time she played with an actual kid or did some silly kid thing? How about we go find Tim? She stands up and puts Raylene on the ground. Who's Tim? I ask while standing up. Tim is a 7-year-old boy. He should be in the music store with his parents, she explains. The music store is just a couple stores over from us. We go inside and walk up the escalator. The little boy must have heard us coming because he meets us at the top. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Tim. I've got someone I'd like you to meet. She places Raylene more in front of her than before. Tim, this is Raylene. Raylene, this is Tim. Would you like to play together? Yes, he leans towards Raylene. He reaches out and touches her arm. Tag, you're it. He shouts quickly before dashing away. It takes a moment for Raylene to realize what happened before she takes after him. Nikki breaks the silence. I don't know if you want to stay here or go off somewhere, but I have to go meet with James and King Zircon to talk about the battle coming up. I'll stay here for a bit, I tell her. All right, I'll see you later then. Nikki hurries down the stairs. Looking back to Tim and Raylene, I see Raylene is hugging something. At first glance, it looks like it might be a dog. When she lets go of it, I finally see all of her. It's Crystal, the little griffin. I guess I now know what happened to her. Two older people from around the two, I assume... Two older people are around the two. I assume they must be Tim's parents. I wave at them, and they wave back. Deciding that Raylene would be okay here, I go back down the escalator to find food without another word. Raylene might get upset if I leave, but I know she wouldn't let me go if I talked to her about it. It's better this way. Two responsible adults to look over her while I sort myself out. My stomach suddenly growls from hunger. The food court is alive with people. Everyone has to come eat some sort of the new... Everyone has come to eat some of the new food. It might be the first time in a while they've had anything different, so I can understand. I scan the crowd. There are people that came directly from James's house right before the military. There are people that came directly from James's house right before the military came. The people I traveled with here, and many I have never seen before. I go to the back of the lineup for people still needing to get food. They have it set up cafeteria style. I pick up a can of peaches. There's a can opener line next to cans that I use to open it. Each person only seems to be grabbing 1 to 2 things, so I leave the lineup with my peaches. It's like the school cafeteria all over again. People have grouped together. The only visible separations I can make out have grouped people into those I recognize and those I don't. I don't have to make my own choice of where to go. Taylor calls me to sit at the table with her. Each table has a bottle of something. I immediately recognize the expensive vodka on ours. Cups are almost non-existent, so we just drink straight from the bottle. I need this. I need to numb myself.